What brought you here today? I want you to really think about that. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a random click. Something inside of you, a whisper or maybe a roar, is searching for more. It's the part of you that knows you were made for something greater than just getting by. It's the part of you that is hungry. And people that are hungry are willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that others won't have. To have a special life, you have to do special things, and that usually means putting in the work and loving it. No one is going to build the future you want for you. You can't delegate your destiny. You can't outsource your dream. We get one opportunity to come this way. We get one shot. We've got one life to live, and life is far too short to make excuses. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment. Right now, visualize that dream. Not the small, safe, realistic version. I mean the one that terrifies you, the one that sets your soul on fire. That's the real you. That's the person you're fighting for. I need you to get out of your comfort zone, that warm, familiar place where dreams go to die. If we all woke up ordinary, we'd all stay the same. But you've decided you're not going to let events, things, people, or life determine who you become. It's a decision you have to make within yourself. No one else is responsible for that. So stop waiting to feel like it. Stop waiting until you see it. The path appears when you start walking, not before. Failure is only permanent if you choose not to get back up. What you do today, this very moment, will determine your future. So I'm asking you, what do you see in the future for you? What caused you to get up this morning? Whatever it was, hold on to it. You're closer than you've ever been before. Do me a favor. Those extra 15 minutes of sleep are not worth the rest of your life. It's not easy. I will never tell you it's easy, but I will promise you it's worth it. You woke up this morning to chase your dream until you catch it. And to do that, you're going to have to sacrifice who you used to be. When you want to sleep, you have to wake up. When you want to quit, you have to push forward. Don't run from difficulty, run to it. It's always darkest before the dawn. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You give it 120% every single day. Every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath, inhale confidence, exhale doubt. It's a new day, a new opportunity. If you get setbacks, embrace them. They are not stop signs, they are lessons. Every day won't be good for you. Every day won't always go your way. But something is always happening, and you have to make it happen for the right reasons. Every day of your life, you must believe in yourself. Every day of your life, you must have enough faith to understand that it's up to you to make a difference. You've got to realize your only competition is the person you were yesterday. They may be winning on the outside, but if you're losing on the inside, you have to overcome that first. Shut down every negative thought that comes into your brain. Each time it pops up, tell yourself no. When it's 5 a.m. and your brain says 5 more minutes, you shut it down and say, we're getting up right now. Use the 5-second rule. Like Mel Robbins says, you have 5 seconds to act on your impulse or it's gone. So don't wait 5 seconds. Rise and grind, rise and shine, rise and climb, rise and give everything you've got. You might start on the right path, feeling good, running, doing everything you need to do, but then it gets harder. Life starts to push back. People start to push back. Everything around you starts to crumble. When you feel like you have nothing else left to give, that is when you have to find something else. Turn on that grind switch. Get down, dirty, and nasty if you must. Do whatever it takes to get what you want. Go out there with everything you've got. It's time to set yourself on fire. Live life with passion and put yourself in a position to do what you want every single day. Rise and grind, because the mindset of greatness knows that adversity breeds resilience. And resilience leads to next level success and brilliance. Wake up, get up, give every single ounce of your heart and soul. I woke up early and I went to bed late. I'm in grind mode. You've got to see the sun in yourself to live in shine mode. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. If you're not where you want to be, it's time to live in redesign mode, refined mode. You were put here to win. Don't be afraid of hard work. Don't be afraid to grind harder. Don't be afraid to sweat. I guarantee you, it will change your life. It will change how you think, and you'll expand, not shrink, rise and grind. The mindset of greatness is obsessed with winning and sees the ultimate outcome right from the beginning. If you can't get up and get after it, how do you expect to win? If you can't get up and get after it, how do you expect to reach the next level? If you can't get up and get after it, how do you expect to raise the championship banner of your life? It's time to change your perception. The reality is, you got to put something in to get something out. You're going to have those bad days, but keep on grinding. You're going to want to quit, but keep on grinding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important part of your life. It is a decision you have to make within yourself. No one is responsible for that. When pressure begins to build, and it will, know that life is going to bring you ups and downs, mountains and valleys. I'm sure some of you listening have a backstory full of ups and downs, good days and bad days. I bet some of you have a backstory filled with more difficulties, traumas, and things that are hard for others to even comprehend. See, pressure can create diamonds, or it can bust a pipe. Pressure is not the problem. How you respond to it is. Listen, to be honest, the challenges you faced in 2024 and 2023 and what some of you have experienced in the last several years might not even be the most difficult thing you'll ever face. Maybe for some of you, it's been extremely painful. Maybe you've lost someone close to you, experienced trauma, abuse, or something that shattered your world. But for most of us, these years won't be the hardest thing we ever face in life. Life is about ups and downs. It's about pressure, insecurities, and challenges. The question for you and me is, what will we do with the pressure we're under? Will we allow it to bust the pipe? Or will we step into the uncomfortable, step into our story, and realize that the pressure, the challenge, the difficult situation can be turned into something valuable? If we grab hold of the pressure, take control of what we can, which is ourselves, our reactions, and how we respond, that pressure can create something as precious and unbreakable as a diamond. There are behaviors and habits we develop over time, often unintentionally. It's not that we set out to have negative thought patterns. A lot of times we're influenced by the people we're around, by exposure, by proximity. We pick up tendencies. I'm sure some of you have friends who say certain phrases, and the next thing you know, you're saying the same thing. For me, what I caught from my dad as a kid were his coping mechanisms. He put on a fake face, a fake smile, acting like everything was fine on the surface. But when I was alone, looking in the mirror, I was struggling. I was silent, I was screaming, but I was quiet. The truth is, I got to a place where I decided I wasn't going to wait until tomorrow, next semester, next year, or whenever I got released from my circumstances to begin my change. Right there in the middle of my external discomfort, I made a stand. I realized that hard work works. Make good choices and good things happen. There's never a wrong time to do what's right. Hard work and good choices will always create opportunities for your dreams, your plans, and the things you've thrown against the wall to begin to take shape. I found the courage in the middle of an uncomfortable and seemingly hopeless storm to face the thing I was most afraid of, myself. I promise you, transparency and accountability and realizing that we've got skin in the game called action, called choices, are key. When you do your best to do the next right thing and treat people the way you want to be treated, doors and opportunities will open even in the middle of your storm. Don't lose the ability to know that you are a critical thinker. You have the ability to process, think, rationalize, hear data, and make conclusions. It's inside you. Don't settle for anything less than real and authentic. If you want to go somewhere you've never gone, you have to do something you've never done. You have to say something you've never said. You have to go to a place inside you that you've never been before. You're not sentenced to this life. You chose it. I feel like I've tried to hit a different gear because one thing I've realized over the last several years is that the things I take for granted can be taken from me. So now, any moment I get a chance to lecture, communicate, or challenge somebody, maybe to do what I long for people to do for me, I take it. I long not just for others, but for myself, to live a life where I wake up, look in the mirror, and confront myself. I am determined to resolve conflicts within myself. I'm committed to being open and honest about my behaviors, how I operate, and how I use my time, energy, and focus. Let me share something with you. The easiest thing I've ever done was to earn $1 million. The most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe it could happen to me. We all want to do something. We all want to be somebody. We all want to go somewhere. If these things are going to happen, we've got to stop habitually gravitating toward excuses. You've got a destiny to fulfill. You've got a purpose to walk into. You've got tests to pass, dots to connect, rooms to walk in, stages to stand on, and tables to sit at. You've got to put a new mind in yourself. You've got to restructure your thinking. I'm ready to do this for my family. I'm ready to do this for my mother. I'm ready to win for my father. I'm ready to make history and do something nobody ever thought I could do. We mistake comfort for fulfillment. Let me tell you something. Comfort is equivalent to complacency. Accomplishment is about stepping beyond comfort. I choose not to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I want to take the calculated risks, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to a guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand tall, to travel unafraid, to face the world boldly, and to say, "This I have done." Who doubts you? That's not the problem. The problem is when you doubt you. When you doubt yourself, nothing gets done. When you doubt yourself, every little obstacle turns you back. When you doubt yourself, everything seems harder. Out of everyone who doubts you, you cannot doubt yourself. You've got to believe in you. You've got to believe in your ability. You've got to believe that you can win. I'm here to talk to the game changers, the change agents who are willing to confront any part of themselves that isn't speaking to their wildly amazing future. When someone is in love with who they've been called to become, what they've been called to fulfill, and what they've been destined to do, there are no days off. Don't wait another moment. Don't wait another day. Don't wait another minute. It's lonely. It's challenging. It requires discipline and perseverance. It's a mindset. It's not over until I win. People who make excuses are not connected to their destination. They have no end game, no goal. They've allowed themselves to become weak links, covered under a blanket of excuses. But I'm just wondering, is there anyone here with a dream? I am ready. Come on, say it with me. I am ready. Let me hear it again. I am ready. Consider this your wake-up call. Most people fail to realize that pain is inevitable. Pain is unavoidable. There is no path in life without pain. Whatever you're going after, whoever you've been destined to become, you cannot have it without pain. You will face challenges, difficulties, and giants. It doesn't matter if you're single, married, a stay-at-home parent, an entrepreneur, working a 9-to-5, an educator, an athlete. Pain is inevitable. If I'm going to hurt like this, if I'm going to bleed like this, if I'm going to cry like this, then let me cry because I'm in the best shape of my life. Let me cry because I'm conditioned to weather the uphill battle. Let me cry because I'm building my relationships, my business, my legacy. Let me cry because it hurts, but there is a reward on the other side of my pain. Let me cry tears because I passed the test, because I gave it everything I had. Choose your hard. Everything in life comes with hardship. Make a decision. At some juncture, you will encounter pain. And the moment you get acquainted with pain and hardship, you realize that no matter what you do, no matter how much you study or plan, you will not be able to avoid a measure of pain. I don't care what it is, losing weight, adopting a new eating paradigm, starting a new relationship, forming new thoughts, or building new behaviors. It doesn't matter what you're after. If you don't go to the gym, it's going to hurt you. If you do go to the gym, it's going to hurt you. Your muscles are going to tear. But on the other side of that pain, there is a reward. There aren't any regrets. You won't regret taking care of your body. On the other side of making those healthy decisions, there is the reward of discipline, the reward of longevity, the reward of influence, the reward of power. Do you want results or do you want regrets? The decision is yours. So choose. You're hard. Pain is inevitable and unavoidable. Pick your pain. Everybody has a plan until life knocks them out. We weren't ready for the pain, and when the pain came, we didn't process it. Processing pain is a skill set you have to acquire. It's a type of currency. If you want the future, if you want the next level, if you want tomorrow, if you want to manifest anything, you're going to have to get acquainted with pain. The pain of discipline, the pain of growth, the pain of learning, the pain of giving, the pain of forgiving. It all hurts. So pick your pain, choose your hard. At some corner in life, you're going to encounter pain, and you've got to process it. Hear me when I say this. It's hard to let go of the past. It's hard to give your time, your talent, and your treasure. It's hard to balance work and life. It's hard to acquire new skills. It's also hard to be stagnant. It's hard to be a workhorse, and it's hard to be lazy. It's hard to learn how to manage and cultivate relationships. It's hard to turn your mess into your message. It's all hard. It's hard to hold on, and it's hard to let go. But the reward on the other end of many of these hardships is worth it. Choose reward or regret. There is always a reward and a regret attached to every decision you make. Hold on. Pain ends. Pain has an expiration date. And when that pain ends, another will surface. But you will be strong enough because you endured the current pain. Everybody wants the resurrection, but nobody wants the pain of dying to themselves. There's a pain that hurts you, and there's a pain that changes you. So today, all I want you to do is make a decision. Choose your hard, rise, and grind. You can't lay around until noon every day and expect greatness to come your way. It doesn't work like that. You get out of life exactly what you put into it. Control, alternate delete, control yourself, alter your thinking, delete negativity. It's about manifestation. What have you been destined to become? Wake up. There's always another level. Life is not responsible for how you take care of your own mindset. Life is not responsible for you having a positive attitude. You're not dead. You still have life. Your heart is still beating. The journey must continue. Stop drowning and learn how to swim. Don't blame life because you fall down. Don't blame life because that relationship didn't work out. Don't blame life because that job didn't turn out. It is not life holding you back. You just need to be a little tougher than your circumstances. Stop concerning yourself with things you can't control. What are you made of? What is your DNA? What is your mentality? What are your skill sets? Start writing down the vision. What are your goals? Your financial goals, your relational goals, your spiritual goals. Start thinking about these things. You're still alive for a reason. Somebody died today, but you're still here. In this very moment, you have an opportunity. When you take action, when you have dedication, when you show passion, when you put in the work, you can't help but win. Limits exist only in the mind. You will meet challenges. Many things will come at you. There will be times when you want to give up, but you don't have permission to do so. You must carry on the good fight. What good is your greatness if you don't stand on it? How can you hold on to who you really are inside if you let everything else convince you that you're not worthy? You have two options. You can give up or you can get up. This is your day. Get up and beat the person you were yesterday. I need you to rise and grind. It all starts with your mindset. The true definition of mindset is the driving force in the quest for success and achievement. A mindset that combines discipline, strength, confidence, and ambition is a powerful mindset. Be faithful, be productive, put away the destructive mindset. Let the world know that you matter. Believe in every step that you take. I know you've got some doubt. I know you've got some uncertainty. You hate the image you see in the mirror. You hate the way your money looks. You hate how your relationships look. People you've given your all to keep walking out on you. I know you feel stuck in reverse. I know you feel underpaid, undervalued, and overlooked. But listen, this is the day everything changes. Get up. Roger that? Get up and get after it. That's what's going to separate you from the pack. You're not scared to get uncomfortable. Rise and grind. Wake up with a renewed spirit. Wake up with renewed passion. You just need to be 1% better than you were yesterday. If you can be 1% better, you're making progress. I told you I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock every day. Some days when I wake up, it's 2:45. I look at the clock and say, look, between me and you, we've got an agreement. It's 3 o'clock, it's 2:45 right now. Technically, I've got 15 more minutes. But then I think if I go back to sleep for those 15 minutes, there's no guarantee I'll wake up at 3. I might wake up at 4 or 5 or 6. All I have is right now. Are those 15 minutes so sweet that I'm going to push back my dream, that I'm going to push back my goal? Everything I've ever wanted is right there. What is it? What's that one thing you're saying to yourself? I'm going to get this thing done. I'm going to make my dreams become a reality. I need you to do me a huge favor. Not just want to be a beast when you leave this place, but actually be a beast. Get into beast mode and stay in beast mode. You've got one life to live. It's time to get it done. Are you tired of just thinking about it? Are you focused more on the risk than the reward? Are you focused on the pain of the process more than the glory on the other side? You're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to the wrong voices. You're subscribed to the wrong programs of thinking. Stop waiting to feel like it. Stop waiting for the conditions to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect. You're not always going to feel like it. You're not always going to see it. You're not always going to have the resources. You're not always going to have a handout. The question is, how bad do you want this? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to let go of some things? Are you willing to put in the work? Are you ready to be consistent? Are you tired of this version of yourself? The prize goes to the hardest worker in the room. As an individual, I need you to get your schedule up. I need you to get your life up. I need you to get your words up. I need you to get your heart up. I need you to get your action up. I need you to get to a place where every single thing you do is phenomenal, so the life you want to live becomes the life you can live. You're not putting forth 120%. You're not all in. Let me tell you something. If you get to that point where you do exactly what you say you're going to do, you're going to get to the next level. So let's get started. At the end of the day, you can listen to a million motivational speeches, but you're going to have to wake up and make a decision to get it done. If you can hear my voice, if you're tired of where you are, if you're tired of not hitting your targets, if you're tired of not being aimed, intentional, assertive, and consistent, you already have everything you need to get started. Stop waiting for the weather to change in your life. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for a handout. Stop waiting for everybody to believe in you, cheer for you, and affirm you. Your dreams are phenomenal. In your dreams, your bank account is phenomenal. The life that you have for yourself is phenomenal. But you as an individual are average. What I'm challenging you to do is go from average to good, from good to great, and from great to phenomenal. Enough is enough. I'm getting out of this place. I've got stuff to do. I've got assignments to finish. I've got a destiny to fulfill. I am sick and tired. I'm no longer willing to tolerate this place of misery and pain. Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. Everybody wants something in life. But for many of you right now, your beast mode is idle. Your beast mode is not turned on. When you leave this place, I'm telling you, your life is going to go to a whole other level if you can learn to turn that switch on and keep it on. Everybody's got purpose. Everybody's got a dream, but we are generationally programmed to love convenience. The truth of the matter is, it is so convenient to make an excuse. I want to give you just a few things you can do to help you stop making excuses. Rule number 1, kill the comparison game. Well, I don't do it like them. I don't say it like them. I'm not as tall as them. I'm not as strong as them. I don't have the money they have. Stop it. The reason why you couldn't do it isn't because of your parents or your coach. Stop blaming everybody else. When will you look in the mirror and stop comparing yourself to everyone else? We compare the way we look, our stories, our relationships. Every single day, it's like a warm blanket pulled over us, covering the underlying issue of fear. The truth is, the reason you haven't done it is that you're afraid. An excuse is nothing but cosmetic. It's makeup. It's a blanket. It's a convenience we habitually gravitate to because it makes us feel better. But the underlying issue, the inflammation, is fear. We're afraid. Be committed to being a champion. Be committed to being a warrior. Be committed to keeping your eyes focused on the prize. This is what you work for. Stay hungry. You've got to trust yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. Run that mile. When you start to feel tired, get into that second and third gear. When you feel like your grip is getting weak, find something else to make it strong again. Don't quit on you. Don't quit on this opportunity. Don't quit on your success. Don't quit on being the best version of yourself. Why are you here? Take a good look at what you see in front of you. At the end of it all, you must understand that if it goes down, you must make sure you're the last man or woman standing strong, standing hard, and ready for whatever may come. When somebody is in love with who they've been called to become, what they've been called to fulfill, and what they've been destined to do, there is no day off. There are no light days. I'm not a light switch. You can't turn me off. I can never get turned off. Every single day, I'm giving everything I have. That's how big my dream is. There's no excuse, no pain, no dilemma, no speed bumps, and no distraction that can turn me off. I want this thing every single day. Let the world see something they've never seen before in you. Let them witness something special, something unique. You're not done yet. Keep going, keep fighting, keep pushing, keep breathing. Understand this is the time, and this time it's yours. Earn your keep, earn your victory. When you cross that finish line, look up to the heavens with your hands held high. Take a deep breath, because you made it. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. You won't have to look for excuses. You'll get resourceful. It's not always about the accomplishment. It's about the effort. So watch this. 3 things. Work on your work. What do I mean? First, you got to study your work. Are you hearing me? You're going to work every single day, but you're not getting better at it because you're not studying it. Literally, you've got to study your own work. If you're a teacher, get a camera and put it in the room. Stop letting the principal study your work. You should be studying your own work. You should be your own performance coach. You should be looking at what you do, how you do it, when you do it, and why you do it. Second, critique your work. I'm talking about examining it and measuring it from day to day, week to week, month to month. I want you to critique your work. I am my greatest critic. I'm not relying on YouTube comments or the feedback of others. I'm constantly trying not just to look at my work, but to critique it, evaluate it, and measure it. There's no way you can get to another level if you can't measure your work. You've got to know where you are to know where you're going. Third, I need you to reflect on your work. Sometimes you need to just step back from it. Really think about it. Think about how you do what you do. Think about all the moves. Step back and reflect. So study your work, critique your work, and reflect on your work. If you can do this, you're going to go to a whole other level. Stop just going to work. Stop just doing what you've been told to do. I want you to work on your work every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. You should get better at what you do. Stop looking for a promotion. Stop looking for a raise if you are not going to increase your performance. Nothing else around you is going to increase. How bad do you want it? Do you want it as bad as you want to breathe? I hear what you're saying. I don't have any more room for growth. I've done everything. If you're still alive, you have not done everything you could do. If you're still alive, there's room for growth. I understand that I've got to upgrade everything I do. For some of you, if you're the same teacher this year as you were last year, that's a problem. I need increased performance. Once you increase your performance, everything else increases. Here's the problem. This isn't for the weekend. It's about commitment. If you want to succeed, you can't play around. There's no middle ground. When you want something bad, you can't count the cost. If you count the cost, you might see how much it's going to cost, and you might quit. You might give up. You've got to go in knowing, I don't count the cost. I'll do as many push-ups as it takes, as many reps as it takes. I'll study as long as it takes. I'll pay whatever the price is. Why? Because if I start counting the cost, I might surrender. Don't count the cost. You just do what you've got to do. And then you look back when it's all over and see the rewards. You look back and see the accomplishments. You don't count it. You just look back and see that you succeeded. If you give me increased performance, hear me, increased performance is going to increase your pay. Increased performance is going to increase your responsibility. Nobody is going to give you more responsibility if you can't handle the responsibility that you already have. The future is very expensive. I don't know what it is that you want to do, but everybody's got something they want to become. Oftentimes, we don't hit these targets because we're not considering the cost. Let me share a few things you need to start sacrificing right now. Number one, your time. You've got to get used to sacrificing your time. You can't have the future if you don't know how to wake up at 3, 4, or 5 in the morning. You can't have the future if you're sleeping when the world sleeps. You only have 24 hours in a day. You can't binge watch your favorite TV show every day. You can't be on social media all day and think you're going to manifest this person. It's not going to happen. Number two, comfort. I need you to get out of your comfort zone. Some of you have financial goals, relational goals, or health goals, but you're comfortable. You're comfortable in the current toxic relationship. You're comfortable being overweight. I'm just wondering if there's anybody listening who's just flat out tired of being comfortable. Number three, past versions of yourself. Every season requires a new version of you. Another version of discipline, focus, and intentionality. You've got to sacrifice the old you. I know you keep celebrating small wins from 5 years ago. I need you to find a mirror and say goodbye to the old version of yourself. In the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to make yourself proud. The next thing that's got to go is fear, pride, and ego. For many of us, fear is disguised as rationality and practicality. I'm just planning out the process. I'm just going to wait. Fear cloaks itself as process. I'm talking to you. I need you to find a mirror, bind up the spirit of fear, and tell yourself, I am not afraid. If you were to ask me what I fear, I don't fear starting. I fear never starting. I fear sleeping on my potential. I'm terrified of not becoming the version of myself I was destined to be. The next thing you're going to have to sacrifice is your vice. I don't know what your vice is. If you're trying to lose weight, it could be ice cream or chips. If you're trying to be financially fit, it could be splurging on clothes or entertainment. Sometimes you're going to have to surrender that for a month, a quarter, or even a year. Can you surrender what you have possessed? Can you surrender what is possessing you? Some of you are possessed by social media. It's no longer a servant, it's a master. Can you surrender your time, your mind, your will? Can you stop choosing what's killing you? If you're going to achieve it, if you're going to manifest it, you're going to need some stamina. Come on, believe it. Start speaking that stamina over your life. If you're going to be extraordinary, you can't make ordinary sacrifices. There are levels to sacrifice. You can't have the future if you can't surrender something that's no longer serving you. You cannot experience a higher quality of life unless you sacrifice. There are some people you've kept in your life who are toxic and add no value. It's time for the next version of yourself. Snap out of it. This version of you is not going to carry you into this next season. Your future self will thank you. Imagine what your life would look like if you decided that you will not stay stuck. Imagine what your life would look like if you decided that you refuse to give up. I need the present day version of you to invest in your dreams. Because if you grind now, you, my friend, will shine later. No, it's not going to be easy. There will be days when you trip, slip, and fall, and you'll have to muster up the energy to get yourself back up. But what you can never do is accept losing. You know the mindset. You never lose. You only learn. I promise you, all of the hard work you're putting in today will pay off. We've got to learn how to execute the day. Conquer the day. What is it that you can do today to get closer to that future? A few years from now, will you be living the life you've envisioned, or will you be frustrated and disappointed because you set goals but didn't take them seriously? Don't negotiate with yourself. Your future self needs you to have the courage to keep going. We've also got to be kind to ourselves. You can be assertive and firm, but you can also have a little empathy. The truth is, you're not always going to feel like doing what you were designed to do. We've got to condition ourselves for the stretch with gratitude and patience. The future takes time to manifest. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. It may be difficult, cumbersome, and even seem impossible. It's difficult, but I'm determined. You push through the pain and get back up each and every time. I need you to believe in your heart of hearts that you cannot be broken. You are an unbreakable force, and everything that you're doing right now will eventually pay off. You've got to believe that. You've got to know that all of the people you see shining are only shining because of consistent, relentless grinding. Blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice, the people you've had to let go, the sleep you've had to lose, the hours on end of studying, beating on your craft every single day. It's not easy, but it's worth it. There will be nights when you cry yourself to sleep. There will be times when you want to throw in the towel, but if you keep going, your future self will thank you. If you can hear your future self talking to you now, the future you would say, thank you for not giving up. Turn your haters into your motivators and never let anybody else's opinion be bigger than your own. Understand the struggles you go through are helping you get to your destiny. The adversity, the hills, the mountains you have to climb, they are taking you to greatness. So don't run from the adversity. Don't run from the problem, because if you don't face it, you can't become it. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you better. You're overcoming the sour taste of now to get to the sweet taste of later. You've got so much heart, passion, and desire. The fire keeps burning, but at times it starts to fizzle. Then you remember you owe it to your future self, and that gas turns that fizzle into a system. You want to leave a legacy, so for now, it's about the uncomfortable discipline and sacrifice. Because the cash out in the future means today you've got to pay the price. That means when your friends ask, can you go? Your heart wants to say yes, but your willpower says no. You've got to be locked in and stay woke. The vultures will hate. You tried to give them vision, but they never put on the right frames. Their sight was blurry, and now they want to throw shade at you, but your shield deflected it. You tell them, winning in progress over here. Please eliminate the negative vibe. It's time to remove them from your circle and find yourself a positive tribe. Misery loves company, but that misery cannot have any of your companionship. Everybody on your team is working as a unit to go back and win the championship. You owe it to your future self to make money moves, because time waits for no one. Walk with character and integrity so your reflection in the mirror is who you want to see. Your future self is counting on your current self to set the tone and ensure your future is not only bright but powerful and strong. Your future self is counting on your current self to never take shortcuts and never lack integrity. Greatness is your destiny, but at times, you must reboot your mental computer. Every step you take today matters. This is a great day to win. But what does it mean to win? I need you to ask yourself that question. I mean, really ask it. Because the world will try to sell you a definition of winning that might not fit your soul. It'll show you pictures of cars you can't afford, houses you don't need, and a lifestyle that requires you to trade your peace for prestige. Is that winning? Or is winning the quiet confidence of knowing you gave your all today? Is winning the freedom to control your own schedule? Is winning the ability to be fully present with the people you love without the nagging anxiety of a life unlived? You have to define your victory. Write it down. Make it plain. Is your championship a certain number in a bank account, or is it a certain feeling in your heart? Is it a title on a business card, or is it the impact you have on your community? Because if you don't define it for yourself, you will spend your entire life chasing someone else's ghost. You'll climb the ladder of success only to realize it was leaning against the wrong building. And there is no greater tragedy than a life spent in the pursuit of a victory that was never yours to begin with. So I ask you again, what is your victory? Get so crystal clear on it that it becomes the North Star of your existence. Let it guide every decision, every sacrifice, every early morning, and every late night. When you know what you're fighting for, the fight becomes different. It's no longer a chore, it becomes a calling. And let's talk about time. That one resource we are all given in equal measure every single day. And yet, it is the one we waste the most. We act as if we have an infinite supply. We say tomorrow. We say next week. We say when things calm down. But tomorrow is the most dangerous word in the human language. It's the place where 99% of human potential is buried. It's a fantasy land where all our goals are achieved without any of the work. Procrastination is the thief of destiny. It is the most cunning and convincing liar you will ever meet. It will whisper sweet nothings in your ear, telling you that you deserve a break, that you've worked hard enough, that you can start fresh on Monday. But here's the truth about time. It is a non-renewable resource. Every second that ticks by is a second you can never get back. It's gone forever. Imagine your life as a bank account, and every morning you are given 86,400 seconds. At the end of the night, whatever you haven't invested is wiped clean. You get no rollover. You can't save it up. And here's the kicker. You have no idea when the account will be closed. It could be 50 years from now, or it could be this afternoon. How would you live if you truly understood that? Would you waste your seconds scrolling through other people's highlight reels? Would you waste them in gossip and negativity? Would you waste them waiting for the perfect moment? Hell no. You would invest every single second with ferocious intentionality. You would squeeze every drop of potential out of every single moment. That is the urgency I need you to feel. Not anxiety, not panic, but a profound and powerful sense of urgency that forces you to live fully right now. The power of compounding effort is real. That 1% better every day doesn't just add up, it multiplies. The workout you do today when you're tired builds the discipline for the 10 workouts you'll do next month. The one difficult conversation you have today builds the courage to change your entire life tomorrow. These small, seemingly insignificant deposits of effort compound over time into a fortune of success, a wealth of character, and a legacy of greatness. But it only works if you start today, not tomorrow, not next week, now. And as you start this journey, you have to conduct an audit of your life. I'm talking about your inner circle. They say you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look around you. Who are your 5? Are they lifting you up or are they holding you down? Are there conversations about possibilities or are they about problems? Are they thermostats setting the temperature for success or are they thermometers merely reflecting the negativity around them? You cannot expect to live a first-class life if you are surrounding yourself with people who have a third-class mindset. It's impossible. Their energy, their beliefs, their limitations, they seep into you. It's a slow poison. You might not even notice it at first, but one day you'll wake up and realize their ceiling has become your floor. Letting people go is one of the hardest parts of growth. It's painful. These might be people you love, people you've known your whole life, but you have to make a choice. Is your loyalty to your history with them greater than your loyalty to your destiny? You have to understand that some people are meant to be a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. You can love them from a distance. You can wish them well, but you cannot let them sabotage your future. You have to be willing to walk alone for a season if that's what it takes to protect your dream. The eagle flies alone for a reason. You need to create an environment where your success is inevitable. That means curating your circle, curating the content you consume, curating the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. Your life is a garden. Are you planting flowers or are you letting weeds take over? And as you clear out the external weeds, you have to face the internal ones. I'm talking about the past. I'm talking about the grudges you're holding on to, the failures you keep replaying, the people who hurt you that you still allow to live rent-free in your head. You think holding on to that anger is punishing them, but it's not. It's an anchor, and you're the one dragging it. Forgiveness is not about them. It is not about saying what they did was okay. It is about cutting the cord. It is about taking your power back. It is a selfish act of liberation. You are forgiving them to set yourself free. And the hardest person to forgive is always yourself, isn't it? You beat yourself up for mistakes you made when you didn't know any better. You cringe at past versions of yourself. You carry the weight of your should-haves and could-haves like a bag of rocks on your back. You have to let that go. You have to look that past version of you in the eye and say, thank you for getting me here. You did the best you could with what you knew, but I'm taking it from here. Self-compassion is not weakness. It is the fuel for resilience. You cannot hate yourself into a version of yourself that you love. It doesn't work. You have to have grace for your own journey. You have to understand that every stumble, every fall, every mistake was a lesson in disguise. It was all part of the curriculum you needed to become the person you are destined to be. So forgive yourself, release the weight, and step into this present moment unburdened and free. This is where you find your true why. When you're not clouded by the noise of other people's expectations and you're not weighed down by the ghosts of your past, you can finally hear the whisper of your own heart. Your why is the reason you get out of bed when your body aches. It's the reason you keep going when logic tells you to quit. It's the deep, emotional, unshakable core of your motivation. It has to be bigger than money. It has to be bigger than fame. Your why has to make you cry. If your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. Is it to give your children a life you never had? Is it to honor the sacrifices your parents made for you? Is it to prove to that one person who doubted you that they were wrong? No, it's bigger than that. It's to prove to yourself that you were right. It's to see a problem in the world and be the one to solve it. It's to leave this planet a little better than you found it. Find that why, dig for it, meditate on it, write about it until your hand cramps. Because when the storms of life hit, and they will hit, your talent won't be enough. Your motivation will fade. Your willpower will break. The only thing that will remain, the only thing that will pull you through the mud and the fire is a why that is so powerful, so deeply ingrained in your soul that quitting is not an option. It's not even in your vocabulary. Your why becomes your armor, your compass, and your fuel. And then comes the plateau. This is the part they don't show you in the movies. This is the part that breaks most people. It's the long, grueling, monotonous period where you are doing all the work, you are making all the sacrifices, but you are seeing zero results. It's called the plateau of latent potential. You're hammering away at a stone 100 times and not a single crack appears. It feels pointless. It feels like you're wasting your time. Your friends are out having fun and you're in the gym. Your family is telling you to be realistic and you're staring at a business plan that's going nowhere. This is the test. This is the great filter that separates the good from the great. Everyone can work hard when they're seeing progress. Everyone can be motivated when the results are flowing in. But can you keep showing up when there is no evidence that it's working? Can you trust the process? Can you have faith that the 101st blow is the one that will shatter the stone? Because that's how breakthroughs happen. They are not a moment of sudden luck. They are the result of all the work you did when no one was watching. They are the manifestation of the faith you held onto when you had every reason to let go. The breakthrough is the delayed reward for your unwavering consistency. You have to fall in love with the boredom of the process. You have to fall in love with showing up. You have to find joy in the reps, in the practice, in the grind itself, because the breakthrough is not the destination. The person you become while fighting for that breakthrough, that is the real prize. That resilience, that character, that unbreakable spirit, no one can ever take that away from you. So when you feel like you're on that plateau, when you feel like you're shouting into the void, I want you to remember the stone cutter. I want you to remember that every single action, every single rep, every single day is adding tension to the stone. You might not see the crack, but it's forming beneath the surface. And when it finally breaks, it will look like an overnight success to everyone else. But you will know the truth. You will know it was not one single blow, but the 100 that came before it that made all the difference. Stay the course. Trust the process. Your breakthrough is coming. And let's go deeper on this. Let's talk about your identity. Who are you? Really? Most of us never consciously answer that question. Our identity is handed to us. It's a patchwork quilt sewn together by our parents' expectations, our teachers' labels, our friends' opinions, and our past failures. You are the shy one. You are not good at math. You are the one who never finishes anything. You are the person who came from that neighborhood. These labels spoken over you or by you become the invisible walls of a prison you don't even realize you're in. Your brain, in its quest for consistency, will do everything in its power to make sure you live up to the identity you hold. If you believe you're someone who can't wake up early, you will always find a reason to hit the snooze button. If you believe you're bad with money, you will always find a way to sabotage your finances. Your actions are simply a reflection of the person you believe you are. So, if you want to change your life, you can't just change your actions. You have to change your identity. You have to become an architect of your own soul. You have to decide consciously and deliberately who you want to be. And then you have to start acting like that person long before you feel like it. This is the secret. True behavior change is identity change. You don't just try to work out. You become the type of person who never misses a workout. You don't just try to eat healthy. You become a healthy person. You don't try to be a leader. You are a leader. See the shift? It's not about the outcome. It's about the identity. Start with the two most powerful words in the human language. I am. What you place after those words shapes your reality. Stop saying, I am so tired. Start saying, I am a disciplined person who gets up and gets it done. Stop saying, I am so broke. Start saying, I am a wealth creator and I am learning to manage my resources effectively. Every time you perform an action that aligns with your new identity, you are casting a vote for that new you. Every time you wake up early, you cast a vote for I am disciplined. Every time you choose a healthy meal, you cast a vote for I am healthy. Every time you read a book instead of watching TV, you cast a vote for I am a lifelong learner. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is simply to win the majority of the votes, to have the evidence stack up in favor of your new identity until it becomes your default. You are not just changing your habits, you are rewiring your being. You are literally becoming someone new. And this process of becoming, it often requires a season of profound solitude. I mentioned walking alone, but let's reframe that. It's not about loneliness, it's about embracing the void. In a world that is screaming for your attention 24/7, silence has become the ultimate luxury. Solitude is not an absence of company. It is the presence of self. It is the one place where you can finally hear yourself think. It's where you strip away all the roles you play, the employee, the parent, the friend, and you sit with the raw, unfiltered essence of who you are. And that can be terrifying. In the silence, your deepest fears will surface. Your insecurities will have a voice. Your past mistakes will play on a loop, and your first instinct will be to run, to grab your phone, turn on the TV, call a friend, anything to escape the deafening noise of your own inner world. Don't stay there. Sit in the fire. That discomfort is a compass, pointing you directly toward the areas of your life that need healing and attention. The void is not empty. It is a crucible. It's where you forge self-reliance. It's where you learn that you can be your own source of comfort, your own source of validation, your own source of strength. When you can sit peacefully in a room by yourself, you become an unstoppable force because you are no longer dependent on external validation to feel whole. You are no longer seeking applause to know your worth. You have found it within. The world can praise you and it won't inflate you. The world can criticize you and it won't deflate you because you have built a foundation within yourself that is unshakable. You have embraced the void and discovered that you were the one you were waiting for all along. This is where you truly learn to reframe your relationship with failure. We've been taught to fear failure, to avoid it at all costs. We see it as an indictment of our worth. But what if I told you that failure is not the opposite of success, but a critical part of it? I want you to stop thinking of failure as an event and start thinking of it as a mentor. It is the most honest, brutal, and effective teacher you will ever have. Success can be a terrible teacher. It can make you complacent and arrogant. It can fool you into thinking you can't lose. But failure is a masterclass. It strips away the non-essential. It reveals your weaknesses. It shows you exactly where you need to improve. Every great inventor, every great artist, every great leader has a resume of failures that would make most people quit 1,000 times over. They didn't succeed in spite of their failures. They succeeded because of them. They understood that every no was bringing them closer to a yes. Every failed experiment was eliminating one more path that didn't work. They weren't just failing, they were engaging in what I call intelligent failure. They were taking calculated risks, pushing the boundaries, and when they fell, they didn't just get up. They got up and analyzed the fall. Why did I fall? What was the miscalculation? What is the lesson here? How can I fall better next time? They treated failure as data. They saw it not as a judgment, but as guidance. I challenge you to start seeking out intelligent failures. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You're playing in your comfort zone. You're playing small. Go out there and be willing to look foolish. Be willing to try something and have it not work. Because on the other side of that temporary embarrassment is a lifetime of wisdom and a level of resilience that cannot be bought. It can only be earned through the scars of your attempts. This is how you build what I call the physics of momentum. Think about it. An object at rest stays at rest. That's inertia. That's you on the couch thinking about starting but not starting. It takes a disproportionate amount of energy to get a rocket off the ground. That first push is the hardest. That first workout, that first cold call, that first chapter you write. It feels like you're pushing against the entire universe, but then something happens. The second push is a little easier. The third, a little easier still. You are building momentum. Every small, consistent action is another push, adding to your velocity. This is the power of the small wins. They are not just wins, they are fuel. They are proof to your brain that you can do this. They are building the momentum that will carry you through the tough times. And eventually, if you keep pushing, if you stay consistent through the plateaus, you reach a state of what I call personal terminal velocity. It's that magical point where success starts to happen almost automatically. Opportunities start finding you. The right people seem to appear out of nowhere. Your progress accelerates at a rate that seems impossible. It's not magic, it's physics. You have put in so much consistent effort. You have built up so much momentum that the universe has no choice but to get out of your way. You have become an unstoppable force. But it all starts with that first painful, difficult push against inertia. It all starts with the decision to get up and get moving, no matter how small the first step is. And this brings us to the final 1%, the champion's mindset. After you've built the identity, embraced the solitude, befriended failure, and built momentum, there is still one more level. It's the level that separates the legends from the merely successful. It's the final 1%. It's doing the things that no one else is willing to do, especially when no one is watching. It's the extra rep in the gym when your muscles are screaming. It's the extra hour of practice after the coach has gone home. It's rereading your proposal one more time at 2 a.m. to find a single typo. It's the obsessive, relentless pursuit of excellence in the smallest details. Anyone can work hard when they're motivated. Anyone can put in the hours when the deadline is looming. But can you do the work when it doesn't seem to matter? Can you hold yourself to a standard of excellence that no one else would ever notice? That is the mark of a champion. Greatness is not found in the spotlight. It is forged in the unseen hours. It is built in the dark, in the quiet, in the lonely moments of extreme discipline. It's about having a private standard of excellence that is far higher than what the world demands of you. You're not just trying to win the game. You're trying to master the craft. You're not just trying to get the promotion. You're trying to become the absolute best in the world at what you do. This is a mindset that says, good enough is the enemy of great. This is a mindset that is never satisfied, not out of a sense of lack, but out of a love for the process of becoming. You have to become obsessed with your own potential. You have to be fascinated by the question of how good you can actually get. What is the absolute limit of your capabilities? And you have to be willing to dedicate your life to finding out. That is the final 1%. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It is a conscious, deliberate choice to pursue the outer bounds of your potential with every ounce of your being. It is the decision to leave it all on the field of life, to hold nothing back, so that when your time is up, you can look back not with regret for what could have been, but with pride and peace, knowing that you gave it your absolute all. You didn't just live, you lived. You didn't just exist, you became a force. You honored the gift of your life by squeezing every last drop of potential out of it. And that, my friends, is the ultimate victory.